Hello everyone, and welcome to another question and answer with Joshino, the show where I try and answer your questions. Anyway, I don't think I have a language this week to use because people normally give me a language. I think people have asked again for Latvian, but I did Latvian a while ago, so I don't know if I'll do it this week. Anyway, I'll jump straight into the questions. So Andi Dai says, "Hey Josh, I've been following with you for a while and I still think you haven't found out one of my biggest secrets. Do you know what it is? It might surprise you. Dun dun dun." So I don't really know, Andi Dai. Are you actually a girl? Are you Bill Gates' nephew? It could be anything. Well, he says, "I'll answer in the comments in the next week's Q&A if you put it in the video with a cat face." So I'm guessing we'll find out. Okay, this is a serious one. BVI says, "Have you heard of the recent terrorist attack targeting Charlie Hebdo newspaper in Paris? Apart from the common 'that's terrible' reaction, what are your thoughts and analysis of the situation?" So first of all, I'd like to say that I think, so he doesn't want my knee-jerk reaction, which it would be, but generally it's a terrible thing for people to die literally making comic books. So, and I think the general consensus and what I think as well is that it's silly that somebody would go take RPGs and AK-47, well not 47s, but automatic rifles and attack somebody that does pictures. It only makes the terrorists look sillier really, and it doesn't do anything. Well, I think the thing that I think about is that it's dangerous for the Muslim community, and I think really the terrorists are trying to damage what cohesion we have in society with the Islamic community and how they integrate with European societies. I think basically the terrorists are trying to attack the fact that really we're inclusive societies and multicultural, and what the terrorists have tried to do is fracture the societies, and it's kind of worked in France because after the attack happened there are several attacks on mosques by, I assume, nationalist groups in France, which do exist. But if we separate, I think the problem is that we see terrorists as Islamic in this day and age, but really there's been lots of different types of terrorists. Like, for example, the IRA, we've got, I think it's ISA in Spain, is it? I think it's something like ISA. So, yeah. But it was a terrible event, obviously, and I think it's unfortunate that it's happened because it has actually done a lot of damage. It's done damage to the fact that they want to clamp down on privacy and want to make tougher regulation on terrorist laws, and our government in the UK is pushing forward more regulation to try and regulate the internet and communications, even though I don't think that they'll do anything. And for saying that, a lot of the terrorists, they say that they've been watching them for a while and they don't actually do anything. So what will that do to stop terrorists? I don't know. So yeah, I think it's a very damaging event to Western society and liberalism, really. So yeah, obviously the terrorists are misled individuals, and I think a lot of the times these people are just completely brainwashed into believing a very radical view, and I personally think everyone is a product of their surroundings. So really, if you're brought up with radical beliefs, or I think the economic environment doesn't really help at all either. For example, nationalism's on the rise in our countries, and also radicalism sort of parallel, just because the economic situation's bad, and these sort of ideologies pick up a lot more pace. Whilst people don't have the money, they look for other things, they look to salvation, and yeah. Anyway, that's quite a tough one. What does everyone else think? Be sure to share it in the comments. I'll carry on with the question. Jojo the Scottish Assassin says, "Has your mother ever walked in on you in a compromising position with a walrus?" No, and I don't think my mother's ever walked in on me at all when I'm doing something lewd and individual. So yeah, let's be honest here. And he also says, which is interesting, he says, also I think PewDiePie may have more subscribers than the population of Scotland, although the population of Scotland isn't that big. Okay, Chris Peppy says, hey Joshino, I'm rather new to your channel and this is my first comment. I plan on switching to PS4 for Planetside 2 and was wondering what faction to choose on my main one. I don't really want to do NC again, as that was my main faction on PC, so TR VS, thanks. So, it's like, picking a faction isn't a thing where it's like what you'd pick one or another, and I should say you stick for it, one's better than the other. I did say that I preferred VS a bit because I thought they were more varied in their weapons and they're more of an interesting faction, but really, yeah, it's up to your preference. Obviously, if you like sci-fi and you like lasers, then you might want to go Vanu. There's not really much difference in terms of how good the weapons are. They all have their negatives and positives. I mean, the Vanus are... it's more sort of an aesthetic thing rather than having special abilities. Because really, you've got the mag burner and things, but it's not the same as the TR's weaponry, which has a lot more bullets. The VS seem to be like a balance, but they have the single weapons like the Lasher, which is very interesting, which is the AoE, and the Lancers. So yeah, maybe VS, but it's up to you, buddy. BelgiumGamermlg says, great Dutch Joshino, which I think he's being a bit friendly with that one, seeing as everyone else has said my Dutch sucks. He says, what happened to your old background? So yeah, I just moved into another room because it's got better lighting for the moment. Like I'm in the room now because my mum's an artist for her professional, and I've just come into a studio because there's studio lighting basically. So I thought I'd give it a go. LinkFrostGaming says, people really thought that trees for sale had something to do with weed. Lol, kids these days. Well, I don't know, I think a lot of people go around with names now on games called like 420 Blazer, MLG, 360 No Scope and stuff like that, so it's not really that surprising. When you hear trees for sale you think weed, but it's not, it's actual trees for sale, although we don't actually have any. That's Culties who has the trees. Paul B says, wait, what? You're Dutch or... no, I'm not Dutch at all. Do I sound Dutch? I don't think so. And my Dutch is awful. So this was another one. Elsdon Yong says, Joshino, I only currently play Planetside 2 and would like to ask if there are any other free games that you would recommend to play. Thanks, love your vids. The rest of Kiwis love you. And because he's got a picture of a Kiwi, I'm not sure whether he's actually an animal Kiwi or the New Zealand type of Kiwi, the more human type, you know. Yes. And I don't play that many other free-to-play games. I'm guessing that H1Z1 is going to come out soon enough as a free-to-play game, but not yet. I really need to play some more free-to-play games, really. I played Dota 2, which is fun, but takes a lot of effort to get into because you have to sort of learn all the mechanics, and yeah, a lot of people, it's not a forgiving game to start out on. So I can't really answer the free-to-play game part because I'm really not a massive free-to-play guy. I did play Loadout for a while, which was fun, but I don't think it quite hit the mark. So I didn't play it. I haven't played it recently though, so I only played it in beta. Spaceturtle 2 says, do you think the Spitfire turret should either be buffed or have the cert cost decreased? Because right now the Spitfire turret has no use. So I haven't actually played that much with the Spitfire turret because I don't have 1000 certs on any of my characters or the station cache at the moment. I have trialed it, and to be honest, I thought the Spitfire turret is very good at showing you where enemies are. So basically, if you put it down, you'll know that there's an enemy around because the turret will turn to them, and it's quite good for target acquisition that way. And also, it does do a little bit of damage, and the most damage it does is to light assaults and things that are trying to blow up your tanks, which is very useful, but perhaps not useful in a way like in Team Fortress 2 where you have a turret. I think that the turret probably should be a little bit bigger so you can hide behind it better and keep healing it up so people have to come around it to kill you, or something along those lines, but I'm not massively sure because I haven't played too much with it. CroGamerHD, Mad Brø says, can you do more CSGO videos? And yeah, sure, we do play CSGO. I have one video of like almost a whole match where I got 40 kills to something like 9 deaths, and it was like almost the perfect competitive match I played. So I might put that one up at some point. Urban Bacon 22 says, Joshino, I challenge you to play with gloves next time you play Planetside 2 and record it. Gloves? How will that change the game? Actually, that's a good point. I have played with gloves before, and it's like affected the mouse clicking a bit, but I'm not sure if it'd be a big impediment to my gameplay using the mouse. To be honest, I'm not sure. I could do that. I need to get on the Effort We'll Do It Live again, and so yeah, I'll just say it now. I haven't played Planetside 2 for a little while because I'm having the European lag, where you get lag spikes where it takes up to 14,000 ping. So I'm having trouble playing at the moment. I said to have like a break for a week, but they still haven't fixed it. So Higby, please fix it, Higby. Okay, that's all the questions, everyone. Be sure to ask questions in the comments below for next week. And also, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, like it, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of me. Until next time, everyone, Joshino.